Did you know it takes over 40 gallons of sap to produce just one bottle of real maple syrup? That's why it can be quite expensive, while cheaper alternatives fill store shelves with no actual maple sap at all. And maple syrup isn't the only food that's being faked. From wasabi to vanilla and even truffle oil, some of the most expensive foods we love may not be the real deal. But why is this happening? It all comes down to profit. Sometimes it's legal, as long as the packaging discloses what's inside. But other times, entire criminal operations are behind the counterfeiting of food, making it a multi-billion-dollar global industry. At the very least, you might be overpaying, and at the worst, it could be dangerous. So how did fake food end up in our kitchens and grocery stores? And how do these fraudsters manage to get away with it? Let's take a closer look, starting with truffles. Those fancy truffle fries you enjoy? There's a good chance they don't contain any real truffle at all. What's often labeled as truffle oil is typically just olive or sunflower oil infused with a synthetic compound designed to mimic the flavor. Real truffles are rare and expensive, growing only under specific conditions in places like Europe, and they need specially trained dogs to sniff them out. After truffles are harvested, their quality starts to degrade quickly, making them hard to preserve. Most black truffles on the market are farmed, but it can take years to grow them. White truffles are even rarer, and attempts to cultivate them have mostly failed. As for truffle oil, it's usually synthetic. To spot the real thing, check the label for terms like truffle flavor or aroma. The only way to know you're getting real truffle is if it's freshly shaved in front of you. Now let's move on to another commonly counterfeited item, maple syrup. It might surprise you to learn that a significant portion of what's labeled 100% maple syrup could actually be fake. The high cost of real maple syrup makes it a target for fraud, with cheaper syrup sometimes being sold as the real thing. Other foods face similar issues. Take premium beef, for instance. Many people pay top dollar for what they believe is a high-quality product, but sometimes the meat they're buying isn't what it claims to be. One way to tell is by looking for specific characteristics in the marbling of the meat. Real premium cuts will have a particular look and texture that lower-quality cuts don't. Then there's coffee, another product that's often tampered with. Historically, coffee has been mixed with fillers like acorns, sawdust, and even burnt paper. While this practice has become less common, lower quality coffee is still often mislabeled as premium, making it hard to trace its true origins. And let's not forget saffron, the world's most expensive spice. Authentic saffron comes from the tiny stigmas of a flower, and it takes a huge number of flowers to produce even a small amount. With prices reaching thousands of dollars per kilo, counterfeit saffron is common, with some sellers substituting it with cheaper materials like hay or dyed threads. One simple test for real saffron is to place it in water or milk. If it releases color slowly, it's likely genuine, but if it changes color instantly, it's a fake. Food fraud isn't just about overpaying. It can also impact your health. For example, if a product like extra virgin olive oil is secretly mixed with a cheaper oil and you have allergies, it could be dangerous. Similarly, counterfeit honey might contain harmful chemicals or drugs, especially if it's coming from unregulated sources. So how do these counterfeiters manage to stay in business? Some of them operate like legitimate companies, even employing experts to help create their fake products. Despite law enforcement efforts to crack down on these operations, global supply chains make it difficult to catch every fraudster. As a consumer, the best way to protect yourself from food fraud is to be informed. Buy from reputable sources, check the ingredient list carefully, and if the price seems too good to be true, it probably is. At the end of the day, knowing what to look for can help you avoid falling victim to fake food. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on navigating the world of food.